Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Pauletta, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Budget breakdown. What's going on, girlfriend? Randomly Ash. What's going on? What's going on? Pauletta, thank you so much for liking the live, you guys. Thank you, Summer. Welcome. Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday to you as well, friend. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hey, budget breakdown. How are you? How are you? Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you so much, Pleasantries, for joining the live. You guys, it's Friday. Okay. Let me just say that your girl is tired. I did not want to get on here. I'm not gonna lie, I'll be. Thank you so much for joining the fan club. You guys, your girl tired. I'm tired, y'all. Thank you so much for sending the roses. Thank you so much, y'all. How is your Friday evening going? Let me know. Let me know. Cancel. Let me know, you guys. Hold on 1 second. Okay. I just finished door dashing. Oh, you just finished door dashing. Oh, nice. How was it? Thank you so much, Pauletta, for sending the rose. Oh, you know what? I can't. Sorry, you guys. Oh, let me see. I think I missed a comment. Sorry. Just finished. Sorry, I haven't joined recently. It's been chaotic with the kiddos. Oh, pleasantries. You don't have to apologize. I completely understand. I completely understand. It's definitely can be chaotic with the kids. I definitely understand. No need for apologies, friend. I'm doing well. End of the week. God is good. Paulette, I know that's right. God is good. And it's the end of the week, y'all. Thank you so much for the flowers, pleasantries. Thank you so much. I'm so glad it is Friday, y'all. I don't know if you can see it in my face, but your girl is tired. Oh my gosh. And I think too, I got a flu shot today, y'all. So I think my energy is just a little bit. Me too. You tired too? Yes. I'm tired, y'all. Yes, I am just like, and I think too, with the flu shot, I got a flu shot today. Because I work in healthcare, y'all. So I only did 2 hours because I'm whooped. Yes, DoorDash. Yeah, sometimes it definitely, yeah, it do take your energy. It go fast, but hopefully it was worth your while. I just want to take a long nap. Pleasantry, so do I. I was sitting up there like, oh my gosh. I was like, should I go live? Should I not go live? Wanting to, have good energy for you guys. But yeah, trust me, your girl wants to take a nap. Definitely, definitely, definitely. And I really think too, with the I think with the flu shot, I got the flu shot, y'all. Because again, I'm in healthcare and it's mandatory for us, even though I work from home. So it's just like I'm not even around patients or whatever the case may be, but it is mandatory for us to get flu shots. The girl had to get a flu shot. And then they gave me like a flu booster or whatever. I don't even know. They like something where it's more let me see. Also, you make your background black, I could see it better. Also, if you could make your background black, I could see it better. Make what background black? This one? Uh, oh, on your board. Oh, on my board. Oh, if it was black, you could see it better. Hold on, like you probably could see it. Hold on. You probably can see it better now. It says, feeling tired of budgeting. Let's talk about your why. Click on your board and click black. If you could see it better, if I click on black, let me see. I see the board, right? It lets you do it. I don't know if you can change it in the live. You can't change it in the live. You only can change it when you like I can move it up, but I can't change the colors into welcome in, little lady. Welcome in, welcome in. I can't change the colors into that's okay. How that's that's okay now. Now you know, yeah. What if you don't want to change it black? Hmm? Well, let us like, what if you don't want to change it black? Yeah, no. Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for yes, I get it, y'all. Um, when you when you when your shirt is up with white, I can't see much. Yes, I know it does depend on sometimes the shirts and the words. Definitely depends on that. But okay. When your shirt is up with white, I can't see my sleeves. Yeah, yeah, I understand. Blooming with blooming and grace. Thank you. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So it's Friday, y'all. Yeah, and again, I don't know, like with healthcare, again, we're required to get our flu shot. So your girl got a flu shot, and I feel like it's just, I don't know, they said some extra boost in there. So um it's supposed to I'm like sleepy. I'm like so sleepy. But I'm gonna get through it though. I'm gonna get through it, y'all. But I want to know how you guys' night has been going. Hopefully it's been going better than mine. It's Friday, y'all. Thank you so much for everybody being here. You will sleep good tonight. Yes, 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 yes. Yep. I will definitely sleep good tonight. Definitely for sure. Um, so put in the chat how you guys Friday is going. Thank you so much for everybody being here. Truly appreciate everyone being here. Everybody on the YT, put replay in the chat if you are watching on the replay. Let me know where you're watching from. Welcome in, Most Moto. Welcome in, welcome in, a friend. Welcome in, welcome in. So excited for you to be here. Thank you so much, Troy, for being here. Um, how do you know if it's a replay, Deborah? How do I know? Glad you made it on. I'm wide awake, but I'm about to go out. I'm in Cincinnati. Oh, nice. What's your birthday? You're in Cincinnati. And glad you made it on. Oh, thank you so much, Pauletta. Thank you. I'm glad I made it on too, because I was too close to be like, the live is canceled. But I want to show up for you guys. You know what I mean? Like, it's not always going to be. I've been waiting to catch your live. Oh, you've been waiting to catch it from the beginning, friend. Oh, look. And then, of course, you're on the live. Thank you so much, Unwritten and Unstoppable. And, of course, Most Motive, you catch the live where I'm, like, tired and draining. And I'm here early, right? Yes, you are here. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, Unstoppable. Unwritten, Unstoppable. Good evening. Good evening. And, yes, Most Motive, you're here early. Like, you caught it right in time. But, of course, you want to catch the live where your girl is just like hanging on the fence, but I'm definitely going to get through it. Hold up, I think I missed a comment, you guys. Hold on one second. I want to make sure. Glad you made it on, but it was another comment. How do you know if it's a replay, Deborah? Financial. So thank you so much all for the roses, you guys, and the TGIF. Thank you so much. So Deborah, I want to make sure that I answered you. I co-stream, so when I'm on live, excuse me, I stream on the Tickety Talk, and I co-stream on the YT, right? So if you know, you can't say certain words on here. I co-stream on the YT. So the YT, when you're live, that's great that you're being consistent. This may be your best live. Oh, I got it. Yes, Deborah, on the YT, every time I go live, it's automatically like it automatically goes to my page, and it's automatically so I noticed, right? Like the views on my YT may be like low sometimes, but people watch the replay. So that's why I always be like, people on a replay, because I can see the numbers. I can see you all watching a replay for the people on the YT. So it's just so crazy that like I might not have a lot of like numbers when I'm actually live, but I notice that people come back and watch. So I always be like, if you watching on the YT, put where you're watching from, because I can see that y'all watching on the replay. So that's what I'll be talking about. The days when you're not wanting to be here are the lives you might go viral. Exactly, right? Because your girl was about to be like, um, The live is canceled. But you know what? That I feel like it ties in, you guys, to exactly what I want to talk about tonight. When you feeling tired of budgeting, let's talk about your why. What's your why? What's your why? When you don't feel like showing up, when you tired at that job, you don't worked all them hours and you still gotta show up the next day and you don't feel like it. You want to call out. Same thing for budgeting. When you tired of budgeting, you want a debt-free journey. You just sitting up there working extra hours, doing all of the things, and you just OMG, how do I do it? I want to, let me see. OMG, how do I do it? I want to do both. Please tell us how to go live on TT and YT. Also, the people in your room today is going to be financially blessed because you provide so much. Oh, thank you so much, Mona. I have to be consistent to reach my goals. Yes. So, Pauletta, hopefully I'm saying your name right, friend. So I use a software called StreamYard, friend. I use a software called StreamYard, and not only thank you so much for getting listen, y'all. Thank you so much for getting the heart me. So I use a software called StreamYard. So not only does it stream from my YT, but it streams to my Facebook. So it's actually two. So I really stream from Facebook. Well, watch the words on here. The book, right? So you know what I'm talking about, and the YT. So that software is on my computer, and then I stream on my phone on a tickety tock. So 3 different platforms, and the platform on StreamYard for you could also do, oh, thank you so much for sharing a lot. Oh, I use that as well. Yes. So you could do both. You just when you hit the live, you also could do IG, but I think you need 1,000 followers on IG. I don't got 1,000 followers. My IG is so slow, y'all. I'm like, oh my God, gaining followers over there. Just so is the YT. Listen, the YT and the IG, it's a slow game, y'all. It's just so if you're trying to build your following up there, drop your girl some tips because it is, especially the YT, y'all. The YT is slow. It's a slow game. Listen, you got to be patient on that platform. But I think it's honestly like a content creator and somebody that's trying to build a business. You need to be on all platforms. You don't need to just be on this one and just have all your eggs in one basket. You know the saying, right? Don't have all your eggs in one basket. You need to be everywhere. So that's how you do it. I never use TT though. But here's what I would say. I'm not gonna lie. It's so slow. Budget breakdown. It is so slow. You gotta have a lot of patience. So here's the thing. I will say I started all the platforms all at the same time. And I will say that the following on TT went up way faster. If you have any time, I would tell anybody, a new business owner, you want to get your brand out there, start here. I wouldn't say just do here, but start here because the following is just much faster. It's just easier to get your business seen. And it's just easier for you to get momentum. Reset your goals so TikTok will see that you're doing listen, oh, okay, reset my goal. Okay, look at you. Look, I know that's right, y'all. I'm resetting my goal. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Thank you so much for the follow. I grew quicker on here too. Yes, budget breakdown. Yes. Oh, really wonderful. Thanks for the tips. Absolutely. And if you have any more questions, let me know. Like I definitely listen. We don't gatekeep over here. We don't gatekeep over here. Because some people will be like, oh no, your girl don't gatekeep. I'm gonna keep it real and 100 in the beam with you, okay? We will keep it real and we do not. Thank you so much for the follow, friend. Since I've been attending lives, it's been about 15 new followers a day. When I visit a live, when I miss a day visiting lives, I don't get any new followers. Yeah, Deborah. Yeah, it's definitely like, here's the one thing that I like, especially on this platform, you guys, rather than some of the other ones. I like the community that is being built on here. People start to get to see and know you and like, and especially because it's one thing to do a video, you guys, but then it's another thing to do live, right? Because you live, people can ask you questions. People can honestly, would you please follow me on YT? Absolutely. Absolutely. So my name is Gracefully Simplified on all platforms. So if you just go on on my platform, if you go in there on the YT, then I'll follow you. Yeah. Or put up another goal, please. Most moto, put it up. Okay, so listen, I'm gonna go in my gallery, friend. Okay, put up another goal. My hand hurts. I'm trying not to be all stressed about this gallery, but thank you so much for adding all the goals, friend. Thank you so much. These hand hearts though is like, I think they little. I think I only need like 2 of these. Look, I ain't trying. I actually saw you for the first time on a panel with Jerusha and Miss Jessie. Oh, Deborah, yes, yes. Oh, I'm so glad. Yes, you see me on that panel. Yes, 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 yes. I'm so glad you're here, friend. Yes. And see, that's the thing too. Like when you do collaborations and people see you, a lot of people. I did another collaboration with I'm a designated tapper. Yes, friend. I love that. I need to get a tapper, y'all. I really need to do it. But thank you so much. But yes, and yeah, you probably see me as Miss Jessie Rum. That was such a good live. So I'm so glad that you are here. But yes, I will make sure tappers are important. I know. Listen, every time I say, I'm like, listen, I'll go get one. I don't have no excuse, y'all. I really don't have no excuse that I shouldn't have got it. I should have been ordering one, yo. Your girl just be scrolling and don't be thank you so much. Thank you so much, y'all. Thank you, Most Moto. Thank you so much, friend. Truly appreciate it. I know I need a tapper, y'all. Your girl's getting it together. Okay. I'm trying to get it together. But definitely. And I feel like, still showing up when you don't feel like it, especially when it comes down to budgeting, especially a debt-free journey. You have to remember why. There are not always going to be moments. I just remember yes, even in my debt free now, this month I've spent so much more money on this platform. I have to create a budget for TT. Deborah, oh my gosh, when I tell you, okay, I'm on YT now. Would you tell me your handle again, please? Sure, it's Gracefully Simplify. So I don't think it's no underscore. It's just Gracefully Simplify, and yeah, it's all one. Pretty sure, yeah. So let me know you see me on there. I'm actually like, yeah, I should be on there. Yes. Hold up, you guys. I'm just trying to breathe. Yes. When I tell you a lot, Deborah, a lot of people, a lot of the content creators that I just are talking to all the time, they like, Janine, you need to do some content about the TT budget. Cause yes, listen, your girl I looked at my budget on here because so I have a business. And I make sure that I like if I'm when I do the coins and all that, you can consider that like marketing and all that. So I'm looking at my business account and looking how many times I'm refreshing these coins, y'all. I was like, ooh, I was like, listen, my max is about like $10 a week. I was like, your girl ain't, listen, I said, listen, if it's the end of the week and it's about I only have a couple coins, exactly, yes. If it's only a couple coins, then you're going to have your girl tap it out and I'm going to share it. I may not get my daily heart, but listen, this struggle on here. But the one thing that I think some of the creators were just feeling like guilty that, they maybe not gifting at a high level. And that's what the live hosts, that's what I didn't really want people to do. Like do what you can, but make sure that you are not ruining your budget and your goals for that. Like, yes, we could support, we could tap, we could do all of the things, but you have to make sure not only the coins, but then I started purchasing from the shop. Yes. Y'all will see how many things is in my cart, y'all. Y'all will see how many things is in my cart. That's why I've like been trying to be on a budget. And definitely, especially like with the business and everything like that, I'm like, okay, what do I need and what do I want? Let's just separate the two. Like I need a tapper, right? So your girl's definitely getting there. And what do I want? Maybe some other things, but definitely making sure that you're like, okay, this is what I need. Like I need this for the business or whatever the case may be. So yeah, just make sure that you are still trying to be aware of like these coins on here, because listen, I think one creator was telling me that she was spending like $50 a week. I was like, oh, that's like 200 a month. That 200 can go towards emergency fund or something or some debt. Like, woo, we gotta pull that back a little. We gotta pull it back. And I think again, it's just how you just tapping on there and you just you just, refilling it really quickly. So it's just can easily go. So I say, yeah, you just have to make sure that you definitely create a budget. And when them coins run out, y'all, it run out. Okay. Be like, listen, I can support in another way. So yeah. So again, I'm just, tonight we're going to be talking about reconnecting to the purpose behind your financial journey, right? We want to talk about when you feel like when you are tired of budgeting, right? Y'all, when you are tired. One person said they put a percentage on the TT earning back into the TT business. Yes. Yep, they put a percentage. And that's what I really try to do. I was like, you know what? Instead of me using my own personal coins too, that when you do lives and you get the little sense, from the gifts or whatever, just to reinvest it back into the business and everything, like, or into the TikTok streets. So then that way I'm not using my coins. So I've been doing that, but then I've also been adding my little bit of money too as well. So I'm like, all right, let me balance it out. Let me balance it out. Definitely, for sure. So yeah, again, so again, we're going to be talking about reconnecting your purpose behind the financial journey. You guys, what's one financial goal that you have been working on this month? Put it in the chat. What is that one financial goal that you have been working on this month? Let me know what it is. Let me know. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry. Let me know. Let me know. I hope this flu shot ain't got your girl sick. Let me know. Bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me know in the chat. What is that one financial goal that you have been working on this month? What have you been working on? Has it been your budget? Has it been your debt? Has it been your savings? Honestly, nothing this month, because I know next month I will be paying off my car. What? Let's cheer that. Wait. Congratulations. I'm so super excited for you. You say you paying off that car, girl. Listen, I remember when I paid off my car and I ain't have to give no people that car. No, I was like, oh, I got a raise. Your girl was like, oh my gosh, I just have so much more money not paying a car note. It sure did. That's what the flu shot does. I know, Paula, I know, man. I hope it really didn't though. I really hope. I know, but people be like, you get sick with the flu shot. But I haven't really gotten sick with the flu shot, but we'll see. We'll see. But no, congratulate Muku. Welcome in, welcome in. Congratulations on paying that car note off next month. Yes. I absolutely love it. Your girl is a team no car note. Congratulations on paying your car off, sis. Yes, congratulations. Oh, you said saying it to me. Thank you. I've been paid it off. I was just like, I have team no car note, y'all. Team no car note. Put in the chat if y'all are team no car note. Okay. Put it in the chat, because I'm telling you, your life will be transformed when you don't have a car note. You would have thought you had a raise. You would be like, oh my gosh, I just got so much more money. Team no car note. Yes. Team no car note. Yes. Oh, yes. And it's so crazy, you guys, because I just feel like in society, I know just for my family and everybody in my family, it's just like everybody has a car note. Like that's just the norm, right? Everybody's just like, everybody got a car note. That's just what it is. And it's just like, it does not have to be. Do y'all not know what you could be doing with that money? You could be investing it. You have some compound interest. You could be building your savings, because most people don't have no savings. You could just be doing so much. Oh, thank you so much, Pauletta. Thank you so much, friend. Like, there's so much more that we could be doing with our money, y'all. That it's like giving it to a car note, giving it. And here's the thing. A car is the depreciate. You can't pay me to get a note. Listen. Budget breakdown. I am the same way. Look, my family be laughing at me. They be like, "Oh, I said I'm gonna ride this car till the wheels fall off." Okay, thank you so much for the box of love. I'm gonna ride it till the wheels fall off. I don't care if it's an older car. It give me the point A to point B, and I work from home, so my car be sitting in my freaking driveway. But even if I didn't, like when I used to work at the hospital, like, listen, y'all, like I tell people, when you know better, you do better, right? When you know better, you do better. Okay. When you know better, you do better. There's so much, especially because a car is a depreciating asset. It's a depreciating asset, y'all. It is something that's going down in value. It's going down in value. You know, when you drive off the lot, okay, whatever you paid 30,000 for that car, you drive off the lot, it's not worth 30,000 anymore. Okay, it'll probably be worth 25 as soon as you drop it off. Okay, so it's just like you put your money into something as soon as it pulls off the lot. Yes, as soon as it pull off the lot, you're not even getting that money. You could have just drove right around the corner. So we are just putting so much of our money into something. And again, I get that, going to work, you need a reliable vehicle, you got kids, all of that. Yes. But I think that, we have to be aware of our decisions when we are getting a car notes, right? That get something that can fit your family needs, but doesn't have to be the newest thing. Doesn't have to be the shiniest thing. Doesn't always have to have the bells and whistles and all of that. It needs to get you to point A to point B. Because again, if you could just, because they say the average car note in America is $500. That's the average, y'all. Most car notes are higher than that. I think when I did have my car note, it was like, I think it was like five. No, it was a little over five. I think it was like 580 something. They're 580, y'all. You could put that into a S&P 500. Okay, let me just tell y'all. You could put it in a stock in the stock market and let that thing sit. Okay, let it build some compound interest. Put it in a high yield savings account. Let it gain some interest on it. Okay, what? 500 a month, y'all. Someone told me recently their car payment was $900. Deborah, listen, I know somebody told me, I know, matter of fact, I think one of my family members, their car note is like 1,200. I'm like, what? So do you not know that's some people mortgage 1,200 for a car note? And don't roll no negative. My homegirl pays 705. Yes, that's why I told y'all the average is 5. Okay. The average, I'm sorry, there's no car note worth that. I know. Now, here's the thing, not including insurance. Exactly. That's not including insurance. So, if you, hopefully you don't got no, oh, thank you so much for the friends. Hopefully you don't got no accidents on your driver's license or anything like that, because then your insurance is going to be high. But yeah, but sometimes people will do, like, they'll roll negative equity from their previous car into their new car because they want to get something else. And listen, I've done told my friends and my family, they know how I feel about car notes. They be like, yeah, we know how you feel. I say, y'all, you could be doing so much more money, but the average, especially like the trucks, the one person in my family, he has a truck, so that's why it's so high. But I'll just be like, trying to tell you, come over to the no car note. You'll have less stress, you'll have more peace. Okay, that you ain't got to pay that high behind car note. Okay, that's going down in value anyway. Whatever you pay for it, you're not going to get it for it anyway. Okay, we could be invested our money and doing something smarter and more money. Exactly, and more money. But I feel like it's just the culture that we live in, y'all. That is just like, it's just normal to have a car note. Like, everybody has a car note and it's just normal. And it just does not have to be normal. We can do something different, right? We can do something different. We can teach our kids, if you have kids, or the next generation, that, listen, there's a different way. You don't have to do it this way. I've been telling my sons, like, my son saved up his little money for his car. I'm like, you do not have to go into debt. You do not have to have a car note. All of us financial coaches are going to change the narrative. I know that's right. Listen, I know that's right. I told my sons, like, y'all know a lot of financial stuff because of your mom. Like, I tell you all the time, like, my 18-year-old, his credit score is 750. My 20-year-old, his credit score is like 750. And again, these are all the things that I've been teaching them to keep their little credit cards under 30%. I have been teaching them, listen, make sure, one of the things I've been teaching them is like pay that credit card off. I was telling them before, like pay it off before the statement, but I'm like, now pay it off within the 5 days of you purchasing it. Listen, if you get into a habit of paying your credit card off 5 days after you charge your card, you will be good in Gucci, okay? You will be good. So just trying to teach them all of the things, teaching them about auto pay. This is how you pay your bills. This is how you split your money up, all of the things. So they be like, well, mommy, and they think it's like normal. But I'm like, no, I'm telling you, most people don't do it. Most people don't. He like, my one son's like, Mom, everybody don't have auto pay. They don't pay their bills on auto pay. I'm like, no. He's like, what? Yes. No. Put in the chat, y'all, Put in the chat if you have your bills on auto pay. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know in the chat if you have your bills on auto pay. Let me know. Thrifty Fine. Thank you so much for being here, friend. No. No, 55. Thank you so much. Nope, you don't have your bills on auto pay, friend. Oh, friends. No, I don't. But I don't want to give access to all those different companies. Auto pay is the only way. Pauletta, there we go, my friend. I'm going to pin this comment. Let's pin it to the top, y'all. Wait a minute. Coach Chantel, welcome in, welcome in. Listen, y'all. Listen, sad because that's why I end up doing payment arrangements. Friend, thrifty, thrifty fine. I get it, friend. So I definitely need to. Yes, let me just tell y'all something. Listen, I know your girl was good evening, Coach Chantel. Good evening. Listen, your girl was the no auto pay girl. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I was. But after a while, Cass, welcome in, friend, welcome in. Thank you so much for the populars. Welcome in. I had an issue with my check, didn't go in one time, and everything bounced. I know. Listen, but let me just tell y'all something, right? Let me just tell y'all something. Auto pay gonna change your life. Let me just say. I'm just gonna say it, y'all. And here's why. Right? Here's why. One of the things that I tell my clients and I tell people all the time, number one, you need to have like a buffer in your checking account. So you need to have at least, I would say, like at least 500 in your checking account for budget breakdown issues like that. When your check, you make sure it's not bouncing. The late fees. Listen, your girl I used to pay stuff so late all the time, y'all. The banks used to be refunding me for all of the late fees that I used to pay. I was like, let me listen. I used to be paying. They used to send me a statement at the end of the year or all of the late fees. Thank you so much for the October, friend. Thank you so much for all of the late fees, y'all. Thank you so much for leveling us up, Coach Chantel. Thank you so much, friend. You leveled up. Yes, thank you so much. Listen, y'all. Thank you so much. Yes, auto pay is king. Cass, yes, auto pay. But again, I know it's kind of like you got to shift your mind a little bit. And I get it, right? Especially when you're not used to it. Because my mom, she'd be like, I'm not giving no auto pay. And I get it, y'all, like, oh my gosh, with the auto pay. But here's what I want to tell y'all, right? Number one, some companies will give you a discount when you do auto pay. That's number one, right? So you're going to save some money. Number two, definitely have some type of a buffer to make sure when your checks are hitting the account and you're not getting any late fees or everything bouncing. So definitely make sure, okay, I have to pay these bills on here. But see, this is the thing I will say about auto pay. You got to know your bills. You got to know when they do. Here's another thing that I would tell you guys, right? To make sure that they are not bouncing. Thank you so much for sharing a live. Thank you so much, Coach Chantel, for sharing a lot. We're talking about auto pay and saying that our bills need to be on auto pay. This is another thing, y'all, that you can do, right? To make sure that the auto pay works for you matter of fact, I just did this with my son. You can call whatever company you have, right? Like whatever company, and change the due dates. Change them. So then that way, half of you get paid bi-weekly. Most people get paid bi-weekly. Then your first check of the month is half of your bills are going in there. So making sure that your auto pay, everything is not coming out at the same time. So you're going to make sure that it's not bouncing. But then again, so this is a goal though, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all, this is the goal. The goal is to try to get a month ahead on your bills. I know, don't come for me in the comments, y'all. But try to get a month ahead on your bills, y'all. So then that way, if you are a month ahead on your bills, all you're doing is keep replenishing the money, right? All you're doing is replenishing the money because let's say we're in October, right? So October, so if you're a month ahead, then your October is paying for your November, and November is paying for, and so forth and so forth. And another thing, here's the thing too, y'all, that I want to say for all of the people that, yes, that's my goal to get a month ahead. Yes, a month ahead is a game changer. A month ahead is a game changer. Now, a month ahead for a lot of people is a little hard to do. I'm not gonna lie, because especially if you have rent or if you have a mortgage, you know what I mean? That, which is usually most people's biggest bill. To get a month ahead is a lot. So it may take you some time to do it. But at least the first thing I would say to y'all, especially for the auto pay, number one, you want to save some money. I might have to get a second job for a little bit. Budget breakdown, your girl, I had to do it. Listen, and I always tell people that I know that it's hard, but it's going to pay off in the end. Your girl worked 2 jobs for a long time. Now, I'm not even going to sit up there. I worked 2 jobs and still work 2 jobs, by the way, for over 8-9 years, because I had one wasn't enough. I'm just gonna be very honest. Your girl had to grind. I did. But again, know that it's a season, y'all. It's a season. It's a season, right? Sometimes you gotta put your head down and grind. You just, this is just no other way. It's no other. Sometimes the math ain't mathing. Like you want these goals, but then, and again, which brings me back to our whole topic, right? Tonight is, what's your why, right? When you thinking about those 2 jobs and you grinding and you sitting up there, you have the DoorDash, you have the Uber Eats. This is good stuff. Thank you for sharing. Specialized in multiple streams of income. Yeah. Oh, look, Pauletta, I had to remember that because I was like, what? I had to remember that, friend. Yes, listen, I had to do it. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it and act like you just, and sometimes you have to do it. You got it. Yes, listen, friend. I was like, oh, what is that? I had to think about it for a second, friend, but I was like, oh yeah, I remember. But yes, you have to. Listen, I think your girl done tried every every side hustle, but I tried a lot. Okay. I Instacart, I Ubered, I Lyft, I did pet sitting, pet walking. What else did I do? I did a lot, y'all. But I feel like Instacart, I DoorDash, I Uber Eats. Okay. I like it. I like YFT. What's that? What's that? Oh, Lyft. Oh, you like Lyft? I think you're saying Lyft. Lyft, yes. Now, listen, let me tell y'all, listen, I like Lyft, but I'm not gonna lie, y'all. The stories I could tell y'all about Lyft and Uber, my gosh. I was like, Lord help me. Listen, I ain't gonna lie, when people get in your car, woo, I'm just gonna tell y'all this one story. I picked up these 2 girls from a bar. DoorDash is my favorite. I do like DoorDash. The only thing I don't really like about DoorDash, right? Budget breakdown, is that you got to do a lot of orders to really see something. Like you got to do like 10 to 20 orders, because the DoorDash orders are like $5, $6, and it's just like you got to do a lot to at least see 100. Here's what I like, right? Instacart. It ain't for everybody. I used to get those $1,000 plus bonus weeks and hit them every time. Deborah, nice. Yes, I'm not gonna lie. Now, I did like the thing about it is with Lyft and Uber, you gotta know what times to go out. So when you getting them extra $2 or going out at late, you gotta know, like, maximize the time that you are going out when you're doing the side hustles. Mine were good today. I made 56 in 2 hours. Nice. So that's like $25 an hour. Yes. I love that. I love that. Yes, because I used to do that too. I'm like, all right, 25 an hour, you would do the same thing at a regular job. You know what I mean? So that's pretty good. 56. I specialize in multiple streams of income. It worked for me and it changed my life. I wrote a book on this, Pauletta. Oh, you wrote a book on this, friend? Oh, knows? You gotta tell us more. You probably gotta come, we could definitely do a collab. So my community could be like, listen, these are just multiple streams of income that you can do. Because people, a lot of people know about like the major, the popular ones, but some people may not know about the other ones. So if you wrote a book on it, you probably got some gems, girlfriend, for sure. Yes, make sure you message me, and we definitely can, because it's like, if you don't really know, then you don't know. But y'all, like I'm not gonna lie. So the Uber story, y'all, I want to tell y'all, I picked up these 2 girls one time. They was coming from a bar, and I was on a highway, and they was like, oh, I think I'm about to get sick. I'm like, oh, don't throw up in my car, y'all. Don't throw. She's like, I think I'm gonna get sick. And I was just like, don't throw up in the car. She rolled down the window, y'all. Thought was on the side of my car. It was in the seats. I was like, Lord help me. Lord help me. And when anybody throw look, when anybody throw up in your car, Lyft or Uber automatically push your car out of commission, and it automatically, so if you ever get in somebody's car, Uber and Lyft, and you throw up, it automatically is going to charge you $150 for the ride, no matter where you're going. So I was just like, well, first of all, it don't cost $150 for me to clean my car, but I just got $150 because you threw up in my car. So, but y'all, I've had stories when it came down to the Uber and Lyft. I remember one time I picked up a boyfriend. I guess it was a girl and a guy, and I guess they was boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't know what they was. They was sitting up there arguing in the car. Okay, about to go down to child support court. I'm thinking to myself, now I hope it don't get crazy in my car. Okay. So, and I live in Philly, y'all. So, Philly don't play. Okay. So, sometimes you gotta be careful in the neighborhoods and all that stuff like that, because people will get in your car. I was like, ooh, I don't know. So you definitely gotta be careful. But for the most part, I feel like for the most part, Uber and Lyft was like, it, I didn't really have any issues. But I like, honestly, y'all, thank you so much for the populars. Thank you. Oh, tap, 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 tap. Thank you so much for tapping. Thank you. Almost model. Thank you so much for the populars, friend. Honestly, I like y'all. I like Instacart. I'm gonna tell your girl like Instacart. If you shop already for yourself, here's why I like Instacart. Because Instacart, you could do like 2 orders, or like 2 orders, and you make $100. Because usually an order is like $50. So if you want to make $150 real quick, do 3 orders. If you don't mind going grocery shopping real quick, and here's why I also like Instacart. When you log into the app, they tell you exactly in the store where the food is. So if you're getting bread or wherever, they tell you the aisle. So all you got to do is go in the aisle, scan it real quick, boom, boom, $150 real quick. Okay. So your girl has done it all. Your girl has done it all. Okay. But again, you definitely have to be open to the different streams of income. I love Instacart. I got to get back into doing it again. Yes, I'm telling you, Instacart, if you do it when it's raining, if you do it like when the weather, like at night, people tip you good. Listen, y'all, I have gotten like $20 tips. I remember one time I did an Instacart order because I live near near a big mall. And I guess maybe the lady, she needed this makeup. I don't know why. She put a $30 tip for me to go in Sephora and buy one makeup. I made I made like $100 in like a half an hour. I had went into Sephora and just picked up one small thing of makeup and dropped it off for her. And she tipped $30. So I was like, oh, she must be in a rush to get this makeup. I don't know, y'all. The freaking order all together was like $100 to pick up one thing in Sephora. Count your girl in. Okay. It took me like 20 minutes to do it. Most have been emergency wedding or something. Yes, it had to be something. I don't know what it was, but listen, I made $100. Okay. And it literally took me, it was one thing in Sephora. I'm like, okay. I jumped on that order so fast. Like, so, again, just to, I gotta go. I'm doing my first live tonight. Oh, okay, cool. Congratulations, friend. I will definitely come on your live, Deborah. Well, definitely good luck on your first live, friend. Good luck. Good luck. So, yes, again, you guys, definitely, multiple streams of income is definitely good. And especially when you are really trying to, if you're living check to check, you're really trying to, you're really trying to, number one, if you are on a debt-free journey like your girl, if you're tired, you don't feel like, doing budgeting and all of the things, you got to remember your why, right? What is your why? When you think about being debt free, what is the first thing that comes to mind? Peace, freedom, relief? Put it in the chat. Let me know when you think about being debt free, because today is not debt free Friday. When you think about being debt free, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Let me know, you guys. Let me know. Finally, I'm going to go to your live to support you. I remember my first live. Oh, okay. Most motive, you going in there. I remember my first live as well, y'all. Your girl was no credit cards. When you think about debt free, you think about no credit cards. Okay. I feel like when I think about being debt free, I think about like having more freedom and more time. The one thing I will definitely say, that debt robs you of your time and it robs you of your peace. Okay. And again, like I told you guys, I've been working 2 jobs for a long time. My goal, once I pay off all these student loans, is to go down to 1 job. Okay. I've been working 2 jobs for a very, yes, it does. Yes. And I think about like how I can make sure that, for doing it so long, sometimes you can get caught up into being so busy that when you're not busy, you kind of feel like you should be doing something. So I definitely don't want to get into that rut, but I definitely want to remember to be in a place of like, you know, God definitely calls us to work and, to do things, but I definitely don't believe that he calls us to be working as hard as I mean, I have been, right? Definitely for a season, definitely for a season. So I remember at the time when I was buying my house, I've been in my house 3 years. So when I was buying my house, your girl was grinding. Okay. I was grinding and it was worth every cent and dime. When I think about debt, I think about being able to be more of a blessing and traveling more. Paula, the absolute, that's when I tell you, that's exactly how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. I think about traveling more. I think about how can I be a blessing to like conferences, maybe who I could speak on, like, talking about financial literacy, but I definitely think about that as well. And just being able to just not be locked down on like the grind so much. You know what I mean, y'all? It's like the grind. And again, you have to do it on a season. You do. It just is sometimes it's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like if you're in the grinding season, you're just in the grinding season, unfortunately, right? But just think about the time, think about your why. Think about your why. Like think about being on the other side of it, right? Traveling. Maybe it's I know for me, you guys, I said I the last trip I went on with my kids was like maybe 2 years ago. We went to the Bahamas. So it was a good thing. So I think about when I'm debt free with these student loans, first thing I'm gonna do is take a trip with my kids, right? To just have some moments with them, that like, with the job and grinding and stuff like that, you just want to definitely cherish those moments. So that's what I think about when I'm tired, when I don't feel like it. And I want you guys to also think about that. And I want you guys to write it down, right? What's your why? Right. Just like Paula said, you think about traveling and being more of a blessing. Make sure you write it down when you have those moments in time where you just want to you just want to throw the towel in. Like, you know what, forget this. Right. And especially for the people that have a lot of, thank you so much for liking the live on the YT. Thank you. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Especially if you have a lot of debt to pay off, y'all. Some people have a lot of debt to pay off, and sometimes it can be very discouraging. And sometimes you just feel like you're never going to get on the other side of it. And knowing your why is going to help you in those moments when you don't feel like it, in those moments where you got to work a second job, in those moments where you're tired, you don't want to look at your budget, in those moments when you want to swipe the credit card because you just want some retail therapy, in those moments when you sleep deprived because you got to get up early, or you got late nights at the job, whatever it is, your why is so important and you need to remember it. And then also too, like if you're a mom, what's the example that you're showing for your kids is also important. Because I'll be telling my kids, listen, we are avoiding debt over here. Okay. You got like student loans. I told them, listen, if y'all want to go to school, we're not doing student loans over here. We're not doing student loans over here. I said, y'all want to go to school, we're going to have to pay for it, and y'all going to have to pitch in. That's what you want. But to break the cycle of constantly going into debt for school, because there are so many other ways to go to school without going into debt. So these are the things that I wish I would have known at the time when I was getting my student loans. Honestly, I think American society has moved way beyond godly work. We seem to worship overworking. Pauletta, oh my gosh, yes, totally agree. We have seen to worship overworking. And it's like when you don't work as much, or when you don't, where you just maybe do the 9 to 5, it's almost, you feel like you lazy, or you feel like you should be doing more. But it's just like, if you stewarded your money well, if you're not in debt, if you live below your means, then you're not lazy, right? You've done all of the things that you are supposed to do. But yes, we have this hustle culture. We hustling, we grind, and again, it's nothing wrong with that if you're trying to reach some goals. But at the end of the day, we all know that we're not going to stay young forever, right? So when we start to get closer to retirement age, then what you going to do? What did you make sure that you invested in your 401k, your Roth IRA? Did you do the stocks? Like, did you do all of the, I swear, hustle is my middle name. Yes. Yes, listen, it was my middle name for a long time. It's gonna have to get me over this hump of the student loans, right? But your girl is trying to live. You know how y'all see receive the girls, they be like, I'm trying to live a soft life, y'all. Your girl is trying to live a soft life. Okay. Where's the soft life? Give it to me. Like, listen, I'm trying to live this soft life. Okay. One job. That's a soft life for me. One job. But again, and then also too, I always tell people too, you guys, that your character is being built in seasons like this, right? And the debt journey, when you are grinding, you will look at them credit cards differently once you don't owe them. Okay. You will think twice before you swipe a credit card. Just like if you are a teen no car note, you are going to think twice, triple times before you even think about a car note, because you think about the sacrifice that comes with that, right? That we don't necessarily always think about. We think about the shiny things at first, like, oh, I'll just get the car and then I'll pay for it later. But you ain't think about not only you getting that new car, right? And you got to get that second job, and you got to work 16 hours a day to maintain the car note, and you barely have time for your kids or your family or anything, because now you got to pay this high car note that you want. We don't think about those things. If you're interested in a Christ-centered soft life, we definitely need to connect. Oh, I'm definitely interested in a Christ-centered soft life, friend. Definitely. Christ in our soft life. Absolutely. Give me the soft life, Alex 100. Like, definitely give me the soft life for sure, especially Christ centered. Absolutely. And that's one of the things that I say that I'm personally going to be working on. Especially since where I live at, I was at one church, and then now I'm at a different church, and I was like, I want to definitely serve more in my church and be a blessing to other moms, to other people that are maybe, teaching a financial literacy class there. But again, I need to have time to do all of that. So yeah, so definitely the soft life Christ centered. I love that. I love that for sure. I love it for sure. But yeah, so one of the things, again, the heart behind your why. Let's start here. Why is your why? And your why isn't about the money, it's about the mission. For some of us, is wanting our kids to grow up with peace instead of panic. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. How many of y'all, I can honestly admit that, like, when I was like worried about my bills and grinding, I was like much like I was a snappy mom, like snappy mom. Like, I just didn't have patience for my kids. Let me just say it that way. Like, when you are grinding, when you are tired, when you barely get in sleep, you are like, you're not maybe the nicest person to be around. And I know for your girl, I'm not gonna lie. I was definitely like, I just didn't have a lot of patience that I wanted to have, because I was tired all the time. You know what I mean? So when you think about, like, that's one of the things that keeps me like grounded. Like, you know what? Like, being a better parent, having more patience for my kids. So, the heart behind the why, again, when you are grinding, when you have to get that second job, think about the mission and not just so necessarily the money. For others is wanting to stop living paycheck to paycheck. Listen, your girl was over the paycheck to paycheck life. Put it in the chat if you are over the paycheck to paycheck life. Put it in the chat, y'all. If you're like, no, listen, I'm definitely over that life. Living paycheck to paycheck, I mean, the level of stress over it. Yes, 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 friend. Over it. Okay. Yes. Put it in the chat if you are like, listen, I am over it. Paycheck to paycheck life. And again, a lot of us are silently still in the paycheck to paycheck life. And I always tell people you have to put systems in place. Put systems in place. And again, if that's saving more, getting, a second job. I'm over it. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. I'm getting a part-time job for a couple months. Budget breakdown. Yes. And here's the thing too, that's sometimes tricky, right? I'm just going to say it. Sometimes when you make more money, you spend more, right? So I would say that whatever amount that you getting from the part-time job, if that is the reason why you're doing it, make sure that you are doing it, because your girl is guilty of that. Okay, I got a second job and I was just like, okay, I'm getting it. And then you start to see that money and you be like, oh, well, I can do this, I can do that. Like, no, you already was living off of just your one income, right? That other stuff should be going straight to debt or whatever it is. So it's so easy to have that lifestyle creep. It's so easy. But just make sure that you stay focused and you write down your why. So if it's truly to get out of debt or credit card debt, make sure you write it down, friend. Make sure you write it down. Because it's easy, because I'm saying because your girl did it. Okay. And I was like, oh, my next check, I'm going to put it towards credit card. My next check, I'm going to do that. Like, in a cycle, and I was just like, okay, let me get my life together. Let me get it together. So also too, I want to say to you guys, when your why feels distant, do you feel like, and I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I kind of feel this way a little bit. Do you feel like your why feels like very far away, like you just are never gonna reach it? I feel like it may be like this for a lot of people that are paying off a lot of debt. Like, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I feel like, woo, like it's a ways over there. It's like all the way over there. Do you feel like your why feels distant? Like it's just all the way over there? Let me know in the chat. Let me know when you're budgeting, when you're saving, you're doing all the right things, but your results feel slow. Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Or you feel like, you know what, your why just feels really distant and you're doing all of the things, but it still feels slow. I feel like I kind of feel like that a little bit on the debt-free journey. I feel like I kind of feel like that. Just like, oh, it's like all the way over there. It's all the way over there. I feel that way about my home. I want to put it over. You feel like that way about your house. Yes. Do you want to pay it off? This what you want to do for your home? Oops. Oh, sure. You want to let me know, friend. You feel like that way about your home? Yes. I feel like that way about these student loans, y'all. These student loans definitely I want to pay it off. I figured you want to pay it off. Now here's the thing too that I would say too for your home. If you don't have any other consumer debt and you're just focusing on your home, I will also say, like, make sure, especially like if you heard of like Dave Ramsey and his like baby steps and stuff like that. If you don't have any consumer debt, I would still make sure that I will be investing and that you have like a 3 to 6 month emergency fund, and then still work on the home. Because the home is like the home is a long game, friend. I ain't gonna lie, the home is a long game. One of the things that I don't know if you know, but if you're doing like if they're taking your mortgage payment out every 2 weeks, then it lessens it will take 7 years off of your loan, because then you'll make an extra payment a year. Also, sometimes you could just put money to the principal, so you could put extra payments towards the principal. I don't know if your home is a FHA or if it's a conventional. I don't know if it has PMI on there or not, but there are other ways for you to try to like lessen. I don't know if the mortgage is 30 years or 15 years. So these are some of the things that you want to think about as well. But the home is a long game, friend. I will also say that make sure that you are still investing while you're still paying off the home, because the home is going to be a while. It's definitely a home. It's going to be a while. But stay consistent. Any type of extra payments that you can make towards the home, especially to the principal, would definitely help. Would definitely help. Anybody else feel like your why feels really distant? Do you feel like you're just like budgeting, you're saving, you're doing all the right things, but you just, oh man, y'all, they giving me the thing. Sorry, y'all, they was giving me almost. Thank you so much. Oh, you still in here, friend? You still in here? Most model, you still in here, friend? Um, anybody else feel like their whys feel distant? Have you ever felt like your goals were just too far away to reach? But that, let me see. But that's what I want to pay off. I invested in other property. Uh, I'm in Dave Ramsey Peace University. I'm in Dave Ramsey Peace University, but I love his thing, Peace University. I will say his stuff is a little strict, so I do like his rules. I do like his baby steps. I would just tweak it a little bit with a little bit of grace. One of the things that I would say for him, and a lot of people say he wants you to have $1,000 of emergency fund. Knowing your why helps you keep focused, and it helps you avoid distractions. I don't like it. Oh, friend, you said, Paula, you say you don't like it. Most model, yes, knowing your why helps keep you focused and helps avoid distractions. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Pauletta, I know. So I like some of the stuff that he says. I just would like tweak it a little bit. Like he believes in having 1,000. That's why you work with others and that have a similar mindset. Yes, that's why you work with others that have a similar mindset so you can avoid distractions. Absolutely. And when you work with others and you have accountability, right? So whatever your goals that you are wanting to achieve, if you have people that are like-minded, they're going to check in with you and say, "Hey, how's it going paying your house off?" Or "How's it going paying those credit cards off?" Or "How's it going?" I remember you said this is what you wanted to do. And Paula, I do like his baby steps. Not all, like, I like the concepts of it, aiding into that. Yes. And I like his baby steps. But again, his stuff it's rigid and definitely needed, but I would just tweak it a little bit. Like, I don't believe that you should have $1,000 emergency fund for 2025. Like, I just know you need to have like at least 2,500 at least. But again, I do believe that everybody's financial journey, I say this because, I do coaching one-on-one. And if somebody has never saved in their life and they don't have a lot of margin in their budget, then no, I wouldn't tell them that I have $5,000 emergency fund. Nice, nice. That's really good. And again, that's why I say it really depends on the person and their financial goals. Because again, if somebody never save, if my clients come in, they never save and they don't have a lot of margin, let's say their margin is like $300 a month or maybe $200 a month, then having them set a goal for like 2,500 or even 1,000 can be unrealistic for them. Right. So we can may start with something that's like 500, especially if they never save. Now, if you are like a high earner, right? And you make over six figures and you do have more margin in your budget, then absolutely, I'm going to say 25 is the minimum. Okay. I would say, listen, you need to really have 1 month of your bills in your account and let it sit there. Put it in a high yield savings account, allow it to gain some interest for you and sit it in there. But again, everybody's financial situation is very different. And it would be overwhelming to a person that's barely making any ends meet to say you need to have 5,000 emergency. They're going to give up before they even started, right? But let's say that they say, you know what, let's start at 250. Then let's work our way to 500 and gradually build the emergency fund up. So I really think that, some of his tips is like $1,000 emergency fund. That's it. It's like everybody financial situation is different and you have to coach on where people are. So all of the things, like everything, it can't be applied to everybody. Some people have one income coming in and they don't have a lot of margin. Some people have two income coming in and they spend too much money and they have to. So it just really depends. So a $5,000 emergency fund, I think, is really good. But again, like I said, for him, some of his tips are very rigid. And I think that he just thinks it should be that like across the board. And I think personally that personal finances is personal to the person. And I can't just give a generic number to everybody because everybody's situation is different. I like some of the baby steps. Yes, the snowball principle, most of his stuff is unrealistic. Yes, people say that most of his stuff is unrealistic. Yes. Yeah, because I feel like when he created the baby steps, again, that was like years ago, and it's 2025. I do believe like in the snowball method, because that's what I'm using to pay off the debt now. So I do believe in that. I do believe in investing. He talks about investing, making sure that you have in 3 to 6 months of emergency fund. I do believe in that. Once you're paying off all your consumer debt, he talks about paying off the house. He said usually your first $1 million is when you pay off your house and you don't have any consumer debt, and you've invested in your 401k, your IRA. And here's what I do like about him. He believes in building wealth the slow and steady way. And I do like that. So building habits to slow and steady, learn the stock market, learn about the investment stocks that have done well over the years. Yes, definitely investing too. Yes, investing. He believes in investing in stocks that have a track record of doing 10% over the course of a 30-year track history of doing well in the stock market. He doesn't believe in like risky stocks. And I get that. That's so true. You know what I mean? If you have a little bit of money and you want to maybe do some other stocks but we talk about retirement, 401k, no, make sure that you are parking that money early, setting in some good mutual funds, the S&P 500. Make sure you are investing, set it and forget it. Create those habits. And I do believe, majority of the concepts that he's doing is good. But I do believe he is very strict with some of the stuff. So that's why I'm like, I like his stuff, but let's give ourselves grace, because again, if you're a single mom living check to check, you have kids, all of the things can apply to you, but it may apply to you in a different way. So that's what I definitely believe. So again, you guys, when your why feels different. Oh, Coach Chantel. Oh, and Sultry Nina. Oh, thank you so much, Sultry Nina, for coming in, friend. Truly appreciate you for being here. Now, reconnecting to your purpose. Oh, thank you so much for joining the in your heart, me friend. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Again, I want you guys to make sure you write down your why. Write down your why and put it somewhere that visual, okay? Put it in somewhere visual, your why. Blessing, dear heart. Blessings, Ultranina. Blessings. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in. We are talking about when you're feeling tired of budgeting. Let's talk about your why. We are talking about your why tonight. What's your why? When you don't feel like budgeting, when you're tired, when debt feels heavy, when you just have to remember your why. What's your why? Okay, when you think about the generational curses that you want to break for your kids, if you want to travel, if you just want to live a softer life. Okay, remembering your why when you're sometimes like in the thick of things, of really like maybe 2 jobs, 3 jobs, or well, not 3 jobs. Hopefully it's not 3. Miss Relatable, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hey, thank you so much for getting your heart, me friend. Welcome in. Welcome in. Truly appreciate you for being here. We are talking about our why tonight. Are you feeling tired of budgeting? Let's talk about your why. Are you like, child, I'm tired, okay? I'm tired of paying these credit cards. I'm tired of paying these student loans. Thank you so much for joining the fan club, Love Universe. Thank you so much. Welcome in, friend. Love Universified. welcome in. Thank you so much for getting your heart, me friend. Truly appreciate you for being here. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. To all of the new people that are here, my name is Janine. I talk about all things personal finances with God in the center. Truly appreciate everyone for being here. So tonight we are talking about feeling tired of budgeting. Let's talk about your why. Sorry if y'all can't see the little board over my head. I don't know why this phone keep lowering it. Let me see, y'all. It's asking me for another goal. Why? Let me see. Let me see the what's up. Let me see. Let's do the tickety talks, y'all. The tickety talks for that. Thank you so much for liking the live. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate you guys for being here. So again, we're talking about our why, y'all. We're talking about our why. Okay, let's talk about your why. Feeling tired of budgeting, feeling tired of paying off the debt. What is your why? What's your reason? What's your reason behind it? Like, you know what? I'm doing this because of. Thank you so much for the TikToks. Thank you so much. Yesy, welcome in, friend. Very tired. If I knew then what I knew now, I don't think budget would be a problem. Miss Relatable, I'm tired too, girlfriend. I'm not gonna lie, I'm tired too, girl. Yesy, welcome in, girlfriend, welcome in. Yes, your girl's tired as well, and I feel the exact same way. I said, man, if I would have known what I know now about student loans, y'all. Woof, I know y'all probably gonna be like, we gonna be sick of you here and talk about the student loans, but man, your girl is like, man, if I would have known what I know now about these student loans, your girl would have took out none of them. Okay. We fell for lack of knowledge. But thank God for his grace. Thank God for his grace and his mercy that he gives us a chance to get it right. But I can understand I'm very tired as well. And if I would have known what I know now, that's why I tell people, Sarah Empty Nester, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Truly appreciate you for being here, friend. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. My name is Janine. Again, I talk about all things personal finances with God in the center. Some comments got filtered, you guys. I don't know what comment it was, but some got filtered. If you guys put a comment in there, I can't see it because it got filtered. So sorry about that. Maybe if you say it in a different way, I don't know. TikTok is telling me that some of the comments got filtered. So, yeah, what was I saying, y'all? Now, look, I done lost my train of thought, y'all. I don't even know what I was saying. Know your why. I think that's what I was saying. Know your why, y'all. But know your why. Know your why. Student loan. Oh, look, I was going to my soapbox about the student loan. Yo, I'm sorry. Like, if y'all hear me, like, we sick of this girl talking about her student loan. Listen, I'm sick of it too. But your girl got to pay these student loans off. You know what I wanted to? I want to celebrate everyone in the chat. What did you do this week that you want to celebrate? Right? What do you want in reference to your debt? Did you pay off an extra debt payment? Did you not swipe your credit card? We want to celebrate you tonight because tonight is Debt-Free Friday. So put it in the chat if you want to celebrate anything that you did. LOL, that's what you were talking about. Listen, I know that's probably what I was talking about. I'm sick of talking about it. I can't wait to be like, I'm debt free. Look, I know it was definitely what I was talking about, but because I'm sick of paying them. That's why every ounce of the overtime I'm doing is going straight to these loans, y'all. Straight to them. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the student loans. Put it in the chat if there's anything that you want to celebrate tonight in reference to debt, y'all. Did you not swipe your credit card? Did you not buy any Uber Eats? What did you do this week that you may want to be celebrated? I'm going to say, y'all, as y'all know, your girl put some money towards her student loans. And you know what, my student loan, let me tell y'all, this is why you got to be number one, y'all, a small win. But I have not bought any coins on TikTok. Yeah. We celebrate all the small wins over here, Miss Relatable. I know how that is big, friend. Okay, because your girl just recharged some coins. Okay, and I was like, I'm only doing $10. But listen, a small win. You have not recharged those coins, friend. Listen, that is a big win. Yes, good for you. Yes, because listen, your girl just recharged like $10. And I was just like, all right, that's it. I'm gonna say this $10 to maybe next week. But that is a big win. Listen, yes, we celebrate all of the small wins over here and the small habits. You know what I mean? Even though it may seem like, oh, it's just a small habit, but those small habits will eventually turn into big things, right? Turn into, have big results. So the small ones definitely count. It definitely count. I know what I was gonna say in reference to my student loans, y'all. So I paid off one student loan. That's why I tell y'all, you make sure that you write. And Tyson, what's going on, girlfriend? What's going on? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Hey you, hey, happy Friday. What's going on? What's going on? I know what I was gonna say, you guys, about the student loans, because see, your girl be up. Thank you so much for getting your heart, me friend. I was talking about we are celebrating all the small wins tonight. So if you did anything, in reference to your debt, I celebrate you, sis. No TT coins. Yes. We celebrate all the small wins over here in Tyson. So if you did anything in reference to your debt, maybe you didn't swipe your credit card this week. Maybe you didn't recharge those TT coins. Maybe you put an extra debt payment to, maybe you put an extra payment to your car note. Whatever you did this week, we're celebrating all the small wins in reference to your debt. So maybe you didn't, buy that item that you really wanted to buy. We are celebrating all the small wins. But this is what I wanted to say, y'all. I paid off one of my student loans last month, and I looked at my statement and I said, now, mind you, y'all, it was only like 87 cents. But I'm like, why is this student loan? Why doesn't it say paid in full? I had to call the student loan. I celebrate with you all. I'm debt free except for the house. And say, oh my God. Congratulations, Erica. Welcome in, friend. Congratulations, you debt free. But the house this week, I called one of my credit cards to ask them for a lower interest. Yes, I love that. Erica, welcome in. Erica Elevates, welcome in, friend. Welcome in, welcome in. Enticing, your girl's jealous. I ain't gonna lie. Uh, I ain't gonna lie, you are debt free, but the house, man, I can't wait till I say that. I'll be like, I'm debt free, but the house. I can't wait to hear her say that. But no, congratulations, friend. That is absolutely amazing. I know it probably feels amazing, okay, to be debt free, but the house. I know that feels amazing. So you can celebrate, or thank you. You are welcome. That is, listen, in 2025, that is like commendable. Do you know how much people, do you know how many, do you know how much people are drowning in debt? The average American, they say, has an average of $5,000 of debt. Like, I feel like that's the minimum, y'all. I celebrate with the person who is debt free, but the house. Yes. Listen, y'all, like that is just so big. Like, I don't know. Like, honestly, if I think about my circle and I think about my family, I don't know anybody that's debt free but their house. No one. Yes, I do. That's why I talk about it as much as possible. Financial literacy. Yes, that is a big thing, and you should talk about it. Okay. And it is something to be proud of, because, again, okay, people listen, people just have a lot of debt, y'all. A lot of credit cards, car notes, student loans, afterpay, personal loans, consolidation loans, all of the things, y'all. And to say that you are consumer debt free, but your house is, again, congratulations. We are all trying to aim their goals. But you know what they say, right, y'all? This is what they say, and I told my son this the other day. When you are around 10 millionaires, you tend to become the 11th. Make sure you surround yourself with people, like-minded people, that are maybe in a place where you're trying to go, or maybe you can help them. They can make sure it's so important, y'all. It is so important. So right. Become the next. Yes. To be around people that are not like, oh yeah, let's go out, this and the third. Oh, we can just put it on a card. And again, no ills to anybody that feels that way, right? Because your girl was like that. But once you elevate, right? once you elevate, Still Town, welcome in, welcome in. Once you elevate, right? And you really try to get them around, more like-minded people that say, because listen, my family, they good to be like, oh, we don't know if you can do that because we know it's not in your budget. My family good to say that. Okay, you're right. It probably is not in the budget. It's louder for the people in the back. Be the next millionaire in the group. Absolutely. Absolutely. Be the next millionaire. Because then your circle changes. You just, all of the things that you the way you do, the way you move, the way you spend your money, all of the things, it just changes. It just really does. It just really does. So it definitely can be commended. But we celebrate all the small wins over here. People that we trying to get it together. We are trying to get it together. So, I was gonna say about my student loans, y'all. I paid it off, and then they were like, they put like an extra like 87 cents for like interest or whatever. Your girl called them really quickly and was like, I paid off the student loans, and I don't know why it says 87 cents, but I paid it off. And they were like, oh, you know what? We made an error. Yeah, make sure you fix that. Yeah, your girl. I don't care if it's 87 cents, y'all. I don't want it. Okay. I don't want it. Okay. I paid it off. So definitely, definitely, definitely. I will say that I will celebrate. Yes, listen, Paulette, I don't care. It's 87 cents, y'all. I don't care. Okay. I paid it off and send my letter of completion. Absolutely. Okay. Listen, I don't care. Don't be putting no extra on here. Okay. Because I don't work too hard to be sending y'all the amount of money I send y'all. Okay. Get that. The lady was like, oh, she was so nice. She was like, oh, I'm sorry, when did you pay it? If you paid it after 3 o'clock, the interest still accrues. So she was like, oh, you paid it at 1:45. So yeah, that's our fault. Yeah, make sure. Okay. Yeah, your girl ain't paying. I don't care if it's 87 cents. It's my little 87 cents, y'all, that I can put towards something else. So make sure, congrats on getting that student loan debt clear. No, wait a minute. No, we entice to think they want to add interest on that. Oh yeah, I know they want to add interest on that. Now, Tyson, thank you. Look, that's one of the student loans. Okay, friend, that's one of them. Now, as you know, the student loans, it's like several of them, right? So your girl has gotten it down to I have one student loan that I'm gonna pay off at the end of this month, and then I got one. Look, it's Tyson. And then I got one more big one. Okay. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Okay. This big one is gonna take your girl probably 2 years. I ain't gonna lie. My last one. Snowball, let it go. Yes, that's what I'm doing. Snowball and then letting it go. Yes, but the last one is like the big kahuna, y'all. It's like when I look at it, I'm like, Lord help me. Lord, God is able. Yes, He is. Yes, He is. I'm staying encouraged. Your girl is staying encouraged. Okay. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm just like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, just to be prepared for that, I'm just like, doing the snowball method. It is the last one on my snowball. I am paying off another credit card at the end of this month. And then the student loan, probably in 2026, I'll start working on it. But it's definitely probably take me 2 years to do, definitely for sure. But again, once it's done, your girl will be debt free, but the house, okay. So I'm definitely, but again, and again, I feel like, being a financial coach, talking about it, it's like, it's not easy. We are on this journey, and I practice what I preach. Okay. Okay, then yes, I practice what I preach. So know that your girl is going to come on here and be real with you. Listen, I get days where I don't feel like it. I don't feel like doing the things. But I think, again, to know your why, stay committed to the mission and the journey for sure. I think, like, this is what I'm trying to do, y'all. This is what not I'm trying to do, but I really, so your girl is 38, right? I'm trying to be debt free by 40. I'm trying to push it. That's like what I'm like, 40 debt free, but my house. So I really, not really, I am going to do it. I really think that I'm definitely going to be 2 years. 2 years, 40 by 40 debt free. Yes. Okay. So that's what I be thinking about. I'm like, all right, I'm 38. Okay. Art and Soul, welcome in, welcome in. So I'm like, man, 2 years. You know what I mean? So that's why, you grew around a little bit these last 2 years. But to walk into my 40, I love that. Transparency helps. Absolutely. Okay, friend, I definitely believe transparency is very, very important, especially like when it comes to finances and just period. I feel like so many people on this social media just make it seem like, oh, I'm living this perfect life, y'all, and I ain't got no debt in it. Like, because guess what? My thing is especially like as a financial coach, right? Would you not trust the coach that actually has walked your steps and actually done it and actually paid off like six figures of debt? Or the coach that was like, oh, I know the material, but maybe have never walked the steps? It's just different. It's just different to have someone that had actually been there, right? And so I can speak to the emotion that you're going through. I can speak to the feelings that you're feeling. That's why generationally we tend to struggle. No one's honest and transparent. Yes, enticing. Absolutely. Okay. We get on here and be fake and be like, yes, everything's fine. And oh, they asking me for a flash goal, you guys. Let me see. What is a flash goal? Three finger hearts. You guys, from three different people. If you guys can help me reach the flash goal tonight of a finger heart for one per person. Everything is a secret. Talk about it. Exactly. Exactly, friend. Thank you so much, Pals, for coming in the room. Why does everything have to be a secret? Why? Sherry, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much, Pals, for the finger heart, you guys. I think that's the culture that we live in, y'all. That is the culture where it's like nobody can know. Like, no, you know what I mean? But again, Sherry, welcome in, welcome in. But again, it's like transparency is important, right? Because then you see, because I feel like you see maybe somebody like, oh yeah, I was in debt, but you don't see the journey, right? Thank you so much, Paz, for sharing out the live. In all things, seek understanding. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And again, I think that, being transparent about the journey, but then people can relate. And then also you can kind of encourage people to get on their own journey. Like, we doing this together. Hey, if you got debt, I got debt, so do I. So listen, what you paying off? I'm paying off this, you paying off this. And it's like, we are on this together. We all can win together. Again, some journeys are longer than others, but again, we are real, and I feel like, transparency and also a Rose, welcome in, friend. Transparency and also vulnerability. That's where the strength comes in. It come when you are vulnerable and when you like, listen, this is this is what I'm doing. I'm on this debt-free journey just like everybody else. I'm trying to get it together. That's where the strength comes, right? The strength lies in that, in the vulnerability. Like, listen, I ain't just gonna pretend like I got it all together. But then it also allows you to really talk from a place of from experience, right? Like, you like when you listen to, like, prime example, talking about finances helps everyone. Exactly. Now tell me, like, you guys, if y'all seen a video and they said, I paid off $60,000 in debt and I did blah 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 blah, you're gonna figure out, okay, well, what did they do? Right? Well, hopefully that, they're being transparent about it. But you're gonna think a little twice when they be like, dang, they paid off 60,000. But if they say, listen, it took me about 3-4 years to do it, and this is exactly what I did. Thank you so much for the finger hearts. Truly appreciate your project. Loop, welcome in, friend. Welcome in, welcome in. We are talking about all of the things debt, and today is Debt Free Friday. So we want to celebrate everyone. If you paid an extra payment to your debt tonight, put it in the chat. If you did anything that you want to be celebrating in reference to your debt, put it in the chat. Also, knowing it didn't happen overnight, it won't be clear overnight. Yes, 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 yes. And Tyson, I think that is so important to let people know, like, listen, y'all see that this journey, you know what I mean? Yeah, I paid off 60,000 or whatever the case may be, but I didn't do it overnight, friend. And it will encourage somebody, right? To know that, listen, I had ups and downs. I had moments where I did not feel like paying those credit cards. Thank you so much for joining the fan club, friend. Welcome in. Welcome in. Um, Thank you so much. Who was that? Oh, Paula, you got your heart me. Okay. Yeah, so I think, being transparent, because again, we live in this world, y'all, where it's just like nothing's wrong and we got to pretend like we got it all together and we're not struggling and we're not living check to check and we're not drowning in debt. But when that's not really the case, that's not really the case. And it's honestly giving people false hope to be like, oh, okay, like I can do this. But, it's just like they say, oh, you could become a millionaire overnight. In whose world? What world you becoming a millionaire overnight? That the millionaire takes just lying to everyone, including yourself. Exactly. And listen, let me tell y'all, people be on here lying. Okay. There you could tell. You could tell. You be like, you ain't do that. You yeah, right. Like people be on here lying, y'all. But again, I think it definitely is important to be transparent about your numbers. Thank you so much again for liking the live. I think it's so much important because again, it can motivate somebody that is really on a debt-free journey. Forever 21. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in. If you are new to my room, put new. My name is Janine. I talk about all things personal finances with God in the center. So we're talking about all things debt-free tonight. And if you have any small wins in reference to your debt, put it in the chat. If you are new here, put new. Okay, let me know if you are new. I think there's a lot of new people that came into my room, y'all. But again, I want to encourage you guys that if you are feeling tired of budgeting, tired of paying these debts off, wherever you're at in your season of debt, of savings, of budget, wherever you at, remember your why. Remember your why. Remember that life goes through ebbs and flows. It's going to go up and down. You're going to have good days. You're going to have bad days. Some days you're going to feel like really good about your budget or really good about paying off the debt. And some days you're going to be like, I want to just throw in the towel, y'all. Like, I'm over it. I'm over it. So stay encouraged. Make sure that you have people that is going to encourage you. Definitely make sure that you have people that you're going to encourage. So you guys walking into this. So what date is it, y'all? It's October 17th. We got 2 more. What's like 2 more weeks? Maybe like 2.5 more weeks in October. Put in the chat, what do you want to work on for the next 2 weeks? What do you want to work on for the next 2 weeks? Listen, you guys. And put in the chat too as well. Yes, build your circle of encouragement. Oh, thank you so much for the friends. Thank you so much for being a title gifter, Pauletta. Thank you so much. Yes, build your circle of encouragement. Yes. That's so important. But put in the chat, y'all. Number one, I want to ask y'all something. Do y'all have your budget for Christmas? Put in the chat, yes or no. Do you have your budget for Christmas? Let me know, y'all. Let me know. Do y'all got that budget for Christmas? Yes. And Tyson said, yes, you do. Okay. Who else? Let me know, y'all. Do y'all got that budget for Christmas? Because I think I heard somebody say that Christmas is like 10 weeks away. I think. I got to do the math, y'all. Let me know in the chat for everybody in the room. Yes, Christmas budget is set. Pauletta like, oh, the budget is set. Yes, I'm so excited for you guys. Let me know else in the chat. I have a Christmas sinking fund. I know that's right. Yes, I love that. Let me know who else in the chat, you guys. Do y'all have your Christmas budget? Okay. Do y'all have your budget together for Christmas? Because I think Christmas is about 10 weeks away. Maybe. I think so. Let me know. Let me know. Yes, I love the Christmas sinking funds. Let me know, you guys, in the chat. Who else is in here? Do you have your budget for Christmas? Let me know. I would say I definitely have my budget for Christmas. I definitely do. I am working. I actually was talking to my sons. I'm like, you guys are listen, with the older kids, I'm like, I don't even really have to get gifts. I'm just gonna give y'all money. I'm just gonna give a flat fee for everybody. I'm just gonna split it down the middle. Everybody's getting the same amount. Now I will probably get Christmas gifts for like my mom and stuff like that. But my kids, I told them everybody getting the same amount. So then my one son, right, y'all, my youngest son, his birthday is New Year's Eve. So his birthday is in New Year's Eve. So he like, Mom, do I get a little bit more since it's my birthday? He'd be 16. So I was like, maybe I'll give him a little bit more, y'all. But the other two, I definitely have my budgets for Christmas. I listen, I'm giving them money. It's just easier to do that. It's just easier to give them money. So let me know in the chat. So, okay, so if y'all budgets is already set for Christmas, which is really good, answer in the chat. Like, if you think about November, December, oh, poor baby, he needs a B-day and Christmas. And Tyson, do you not know how many years I used to be like, we wrapping the Christmas and the B-day together? Listen, when he was a little guy, it was just so hard to do parties for him. I used to tell him, no, look. Listen, I used to tell him all the time. I'm like, his name's Aiden. So I used to be like, Aiden, we have to, when he used to be a little guy, I'm like, well, we'll celebrate in your school in like January. He used to always like, I'm like, we can never do a birthday party on your birthday. Number one, you're out of school. Number two, people are celebrating on New Year's Eve. Okay. So I said, maybe you'll enjoy it when he becomes an adult. But when he was a little boy, I'm like, we have to celebrate your birthday in January. I used to always celebrate his birthday in January. We never used to do it in December. So yeah, when he was a little guy, I used to definitely do too. But now we want a budget over here. Okay. So we rolling the birthday and the Christmas together. We are rolling it together. And he don't want nothing but money anyway. That's all he wants. So yes. So put in the chat, you guys. So if you think about, all right, so we're in October. Tap, 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 tap. Yes. Oh, tap, tap, tap. I know I need a tapper, y'all. We're in October. So we got 2 more months of the year, right? We got 2 more months, right? If you can think about one thing that you want to accomplish before 2025 ends, put it in the chat. What is it? If you want to think about one thing that you want to accomplish, right? Maybe it's to pay off that one credit card. Oh, Pals, well, hey friend, thank you so much for liking the live. What is that one thing that you want to focus on? Welcome in for 2 months. You figure 2 months, y'all. 2 months. What can you do in 2 months? You could save $500 in 2 months. If you don't have an emergency fund, you could put $500 to a credit card. What can you do in 2 months? If you think about if you think and say, you know what, I haven't really done my budget this year, or I haven't really did the things that I wanted to do in reference to my finances this year. If you got 2 more months of the year, what do you want to do? What do you want to focus on? What do you want to focus on? Interesting question. Yes, 2 months of the year. 2 months, right? 2 more months of the year. What can you focus on? What are we going to focus on the last 2 months of the year? How do you want to end 2025? Right? You may say, you know what? I really want to really get on a budget and stick to it. Sometimes it doesn't have to be actually like doing a financial thing. I don't know. And Tyson, you say you don't know. Okay, friend. It's okay that you don't know. So now that's your homework, friend, to think about it. And again, it doesn't have to be something big. It could be something small, right? Something that you're like, you know what? I really want to do this, right? Something that you could be thinking about. Say, you know what? 2025, before I end the year, this is what I want to do. And again, less debt, making more income, pals. Okay, friend. You said less debt and making more income. Okay, I love that, friend, right? So here's my question to you, friend. Now I have a question. Now you have a question. Well, what's your question? Pal, so this is my question to you, friend. What is one of the ways that you want to make more income? What's one of the ways that you're thinking about when you talk about making more income? Because I think that is so important, you guys, that when we get more specific about our goals, it helps like in the long run. You know what I mean? So if you can be a little bit more specific to say, okay, what are the ways that you want to make more income? What are the ways? Now I have a question. And Tyson, what's your question? What is your question? I want to know. Knowing I'm debt free except the house, what as a coach would you suggest I focus on? Oh, great question. And Tyson, great question. So This is the question I have for you. Because the advice I would give you, it depends on where you're at. So knowing that you're debt free, but your house. My next question would be, do you have an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses? That would be my next question to you. And if you didn't, I would say that's what I will focus on. Since you are debt free, but the house, have an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months. 2 years of expenses. Whoa, that's a mic drop, friend. Whoa. I'm thinking of digital marketing on a different page, and I'm starting a paid cohort on this one. Pals, I think that is absolutely amazing, friend. Okay, great. Been on this journey for a long time. I wish that I could just do a mic drop, like that was just a mic. Lion King, welcome in, welcome in. Because that was just like a mic drop, like boom. I am telling you guys, I love Lion King. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in. My name is Janine. I talk about all things personal finances with God in the center. And tonight, we are thinking about, since we have 2 more months in the year, what are one goal that you want to focus on? So, friend, okay, so enticing. So, okay, so now you got your girl thinking about it. So, okay, the emergency is already done. You debt free, but the house. The second, well, this is the third thing. Are you investing? Because that's gonna be my next thing for you, friend. Are you investing? And then I'll be like, yes. Woo! Friend, you are doing the thing. Okay. You are investing. Okay. Listen, you got your friend. Okay. So we are investing. We got the mercy, but everything. Okay. So man, you got me thinking a little bit. I'm like, wait a minute, wherever. So you doing all the things. So I would say, since you are doing all of the things, do you have any kids? That's I would like to explore more in investing. I'm sure there are more opportunities. Yes. Probably so. No kiddos. Okay. Okay, because I would say if you had kids, like if you were doing any college plan or anything for them. Okay. Yes, you could definitely look into more investing, but if you didn't have any kids, you already have the emergency fund, then I have accounts for nieces and nephews. Okay, great. So that's great. Then honestly, friend, then I would really think about what you want to do, right? Or I would say, just like you said, I would probably focus on the house too as well, because you already have the emergency, you already have the investing. I would say if you want to look more into the investing, I would definitely do that. But the next thing would be the house. But then I will also think about some of your welcome in, friend. I would think about some of your personal goals. Like, what do you want to do? Right? Do you have anything? Like, do you want to travel? Do you want to like anything that you personally, maybe you want to go back to school? I don't know. But I would say think about what you want to do. Just like you said, you've been on that journey for a long time. So I know that you made a lot of sacrifice. So now you're in a season where you don't have to sacrifice as much. So it should be some of the things that you may have put off, um, that you may have put on the back burner. I don't know what it is. If you ever had a vision for a business, if you ever had, traveling, I don't know what the thing is, but I would say think about that. That would be thing I would think about, because you're doing all of the other things, friend. Now it's almost like Dave Ramsey say, live like no one else, so then later you can live like no one else. So now you can live like no one else. Maybe, friend, maybe it's an upgrade on your car, right? I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a trip to wherever you want to go. You are just in it. I heard that, and I've been saying that so long. It feels weird to live like no one else. Well, friend, you deserve it. You've already put the work in. And I think, too, when listen to his show, he says that a lot of times people struggle with when you've been in a grinding season for so long that sometimes it's hard for you to spend, but you deserve every moment of this. It's like, listen, you always can up your generosity in reference to, if you're giving, But yeah, friend, you are in a season where you can live like no one else. You are. You deserve it too, as well. And Piles, I would say, friend, I think that you definitely would do good with the digital marketing and making sure. I think that that's really, really good. I feel like digital marketing just is so good. I do. And I think that thank you so much, Speechless. Did I say that right? I probably said it wrong. Hold on. See, amen. Oh, amen, friend. Welcome. Is this Seach? Now, now, friend, I know I'm saying your name wrong. Thank you. I was just nervous about selling. You were nervous about selling, friend. Seashells. Oh, seashells. Oh, you smell a little different. Okay, love that. Welcome in, seashells. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yes, using listen, I get it. I was a little nervous when I first came on here, but you know what? In reference to like digital marketing, whatever skill you have, whatever you are whatever you are selling, be confident in the skills. Thank you. Yes, I love that, friend. Be confident in your skills, but also too, pals, like it'll get better. Like I remember coming on here, great chat tonight. That's why it's so important. It is a great chat tonight. That's the why is so important. It is so important. See you next time. Thank you so much, Tyson, for being here, friend. Staying with you, girl. You could have been anywhere. Thank you so much for all of the things. And make sure you think about what you want to do for yourself, friend, because you definitely deserve it. I definitely hope you have a good night. Pals, I was definitely nervous as well, just coming on here, the digital products and everything like that. But also know that, like, whatever skills you have, like whatever you're selling, I feel like it'll get better in reference to like selling on here, you know what I mean, like whatever it is, it get better the more you do it. Like the more you do it, you be confident in your skills, and then also knowing how to pivot, right, to see what sells, like what works. Well, what are people buying, what are people clicking on, and then what are people not clicking on? Because I'm not gonna lie, when I first got on here, I was like making digital products and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, okay, people are like this. But then I learned, like, okay, well, people are not really buying it, or people are not downloading the freebie. So I had to like pivot. Okay, well, maybe I should try this, or maybe I should try that. So I would say stay encouraged, friend. You definitely can do it. And, I'm just wishing you nothing but the best for that. Seashells, welcome in. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Good evening, good evening, good evening. My name is Jenny, and I talk about all things. Thank you. You're welcome, friend. You welcome. You are surely welcome. My name is Janine. I talk about all things personal finances with God in the center. So tonight we were talking about knowing your why. What is your why? When you feel like you're tired of budgeting, you're tired of paying off the debt, you're tired of doing all of the things, okay? What is your why? What's going to make you say, you know what, I'm still going to remain on this journey even when I'm tired and I don't feel like it, all of the things. What is your why? Okay? Let me know in the chat. What is your why? Let me know. Let me know. I feel like I'm going to be on here, you guys, for probably another 10 to 15 minutes. So let me know in the chat, what is your why? Put it in there. Let me know. Let me know. I know it's late on the East Coast, you guys. It is late on the East Coast. It's a Friday night. Again, we celebrated all of the small wins over here. Thinking also about, we have 2 more months left in the year, right? We have 2 more months left in the year. You can also put in the chat, what are something that you want to focus on for these last 2 months? You figure, you know what, 2025, maybe you didn't stick to a budget all year. Maybe you didn't stick to paying off your debt. Maybe you didn't really have an emergency fund. I want you to think of the next 2 months. What can you do? If you could focus on one thing, what would that be? What would that be? Maybe you want to focus on the savings. Maybe you want to focus on the debt. Maybe you want to focus on the budget. Whatever it is, I want you to take some time and to really think about the next 2 months and how you want to end 2025. Why I want to not have to worry about robbing Peter to pay Paul. friend. I want to not worry about robbing Peter to pay Paul. I remember that season of robbing Peter to pay Paul. So, seashells, I would say to you, friend, are you on a budget? That's my next question to you, friend. Are you on a budget? Let your girl know. Because one of the things that I remember being in that season, robbing Peter to pay Paul, I really didn't know my numbers. I really didn't know my numbers. And I would just be paying this bill and not really like writing everything out and really understanding what's coming in and what's going out. So let me know in the chat, friend, if you're really on a budget. And it's okay if you're not. It's okay if you're not. Give yourself grace if you're not. But that's one of the things that you may want to focus on, especially the next month or two. Muku, welcome in, friend. Welcome in, friend. Muku, welcome in. Truly appreciate you for being here, friend. We are talking about, let's talk about your why. You're feeling tired of budgeting. What is your why? Yes, I know my numbers, but it's hard to stick to it because my hours has decreased. You know your numbers, but they're okay. Okay, but your hours have decreased. Okay, yeah. So that's hard. So I would say, friend, have you been looking at other sources to maybe increase your hours, or have you been looking at other forms of income? Like maybe like a side hustle like Uber, Lyft, Instacart. Have you looked into that to maybe supplement it in the mean in between time? Let me know, friend. Let me know. Let me know. I'm applying for part-time jobs now. Okay. Muku, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Okay, you're applying for part-time job now. I know that could be a hard season, especially since your hours has decreased, so your income has decreased. Friend, I just want to let you know, stay encouraged. If you're applying for part-time, a lot of people are just, and especially like this season in 2025, people are struggling with their hours, with their jobs. People are getting laid off. So make sure, I just want to encourage you, friend, that just stay encouraged. I know this is a hard season. I know it's a hard season. Robbing Peter to pay Paul, definitely, for sure. I just remember that season, and it's not fun, for sure. So again, stay encouraged. I'm glad that you know your numbers. That I'm super grateful, thankful. You welcome, friend. I'm so glad that you know your numbers. That is absolutely great, because most people don't know their numbers. Most people would be like, Janine, I do a budget, but like I just do it in my head. Like, no, you got to do a budget on paper. So I'm glad that you know your numbers. But again, I know how hard it is. So again, in the mean in between time, especially when you're looking for the part-time jobs, if you ever would be interested in doing like a Uber or an Instacart, your girl have done it all. I've done Instacart, I've done Lyft, I've done Uber, I've done pet sitting, I've done dog walking, I have done all of the things. Okay. So I've done DoorDash, Uber Eats. Your girl has done it all. Okay. So hopefully in the mean in between time, if it really gets really tight, I would consider doing one of those, because it's kind of like an easy thing to do. You could just apply for it in the app. And especially like I like Instacart, because like Instacart, you could do like 2 or 3 orders and you can make like $150 in like an hour easily. You can make $150 an hour. So I will also recommend that for you, friend. But also, your girl has a 15 side hustle guide. Okay. If you didn't know, if you go into my bio, go to my the link in my bio. I have a ton of free resources. You can go down to the bottom where it says free resources. It says 15 side hustles, and it gives you ideas. Now, the the Instacart and Uber is in there, but there's other side hustles in there as well. So maybe just some more ideas for you to think about, to look for in the mean in between time. And it's free. You just gotta put your email in here. So that's another free resource for you, friend. Hopefully that will help. Hopefully that will help. All right. Hopefully it will help you guys. Thanks for sharing. You welcome. You absolutely welcome, friend. You welcome. It is late on the East Coast, you guys. It is late. It's late, y'all. It is late, y'all. Thank you so much for liking the live, friend. Lead type baby. Thank you so much, friend, for liking the live. I'm going to jump off pretty soon. Yo, I had a flu shot and I feel like I could hear it in my voice that it's kind of like, I feel like stuffy a little bit. Welcome in. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here, though. Truly appreciate everyone for being here. Let's see. Truly appreciate everyone for being here. I think I might jump off daily breaking. Let me see something. I'm sorry. I'm just like looking at this, y'all. All right. All right. Ted, what is that? Why does it look like that? Now, what did I do? I just did something to the screen. There we go. All right, you guys. Your girl's about to get off. I think that this I don't know, this flu shot is kind of like bugging me. But anyway, so it is again, tonight is Debt Free Friday. We talked about all things debt free. Okay. So again, thank you so much everybody for being on here. For the people on the YT, thank you. Welcome in. Truly appreciate everybody for watching. I'm about to jump off. It is late on the East Coast. Again, I hope that this live blessed you guys. I hope that you learned some things. Your girl will be on here Sunday night. Sunday is all about prayer over your finances. Whatever if you have a prayer request in reference to your finances, your family, whatever you want prayer for, I will be on here Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All the information is in my bio. Truly appreciate everyone for being here. Thank you so much for liking the live. Truly appreciate it. And again, tonight we talked about all things debt free. Thank you. Bless you. Oh, thank you so much. Bless you too as well. I hope that you enjoy your night. Again, I truly appreciate everyone for being on here. You could have been in any other room, but you decided to hang out with your girl on a Friday night. So truly appreciate everyone for being here. And again, stay encouraged. Know that God has got you. Make sure you invite God into your finances, and it definitely will get better. So I want you guys to remember, budget with faith and prosper with grace. I love you guys, and I will see you on Sunday. Be blessed and have a great Friday evening. Good night.